So I posted this video.
This guy's a traitor, a treasonist, and he has broken every law of the United States. And I'm not for the death penalty. So if I'm not for the death penalty, the only one to do it, illegally shoot the son of a...
It ended up getting 8.3 million views and made $32,300. And on top of that, this video had a sponsor spot. And sponsors typically don't like you sharing how much you got paid by them. But for a video like this, sponsors typically pay anywhere from $4,000 all the way up to $20,000 for a single video. So yeah, I got paid well over $32,000 all for a single Faceless video. And on top of that, as you can see, this video is still getting me views and still making me money in the background to this day. 2.3 thousand views in the last 48 hours alone. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can replicate this yourself, where just like me, you don't have to show your face and you don't have to make the videos yourself. And yet you'll still be able to make a very real additional income stream on the side. Now you're probably wondering, what is the catch? Well, the catch is we're not making BS AI generated videos that no one wants to watch. No, that is for kids who want to sell you a BS course, and that is not what we're doing here. What we're doing here is for adults. Because if you actually watch this video, which I will link below so you can verify yourself right here, 8.3 million views on my channel that has 1.85 million subscribers, you're gonna see that this is actually a real, genuine video that people actually want to watch.
Target: Julian Assange, the founder of WikiLeaks. Location: the Ecuadorian Embassy in London.
And that is why this video made so much money. And on top of that, it's why this video made such a big impact as well. This is a really important topic that I wanted to cover because it's a real video that people actually want to watch. That's why this channel has over 1.8 million subscribers. And that's why I've been able to do this for so long, and why I've been able to repeat the success across 500 plus Faceless videos across 3 successful channels. I've been doing this since 2019, and with just 2 Faceless channels and some smaller channels that I've created, I've generated over $10 million. This is a podcast I've been on recently where I talk about it.
Today's guest makes $250,000 a month doing pretty much nothing.
Some months I was making like 200K a month, 300K a month. But if you want to get past that, you really need like something else.
Born in Vietnam, he immigrated.
So there you have it, and that's why I'm still making profitable videos to this day. So yes, all this stuff works today. I see new channels blowing up all the time. I might start another Faceless channel this year, so it's definitely not too saturated. This is yet another channel of mine without using my face or my voice or anything. So basically, if you want a BS tutorial that just tells you to use like in-video AI to make a terrible AI video for you to post, watch one of those other super terrible YouTube automation tutorials out there on YouTube right now. But if you want the keys to building a real additional income stream on the side that is long-term, that can build you real generational wealth if you want to, just like it has for me. I became a millionaire at 24. I was able to retire my parents. I was able to buy them a brand new house, which is what you're seeing right here. So basically, if you want the real deal, then this is the video that you want to watch really closely all the way to the end. So to make a video like this that earns you $32,000 or more, you really need 3 things. Number 1, you need a script. Number 2, you need video editing. And number 3, you need a good title and thumbnail. And the title and thumbnail is super important, but this is probably the most underrated part that contributes to your success. And the great thing is, it's actually not that hard if you know what to do. So make sure you really copy me, like actually copy me in the section. We'll go over this part last, so make sure you stick around. But first, let's go over using AI to come up with a viral script. And yes, you can use AI to like extremely speed up the process of writing your script, and it will still work as long as you use the AI correctly. If you just open ChatGPT right now and you ask it to write you a YouTube script, that's all your prompt, it's not going to work well. So to make writing with AI work for you, you need the right script template and you need the right prompt, which I'm going to give you in a second. But before we can even write the script with AI, we first need to choose a video idea. Now you should pick an idea that fits with your channel niche. So for like Evil Food Supply, for example, I would pick another video idea related to food, obviously. If you need help picking a channel niche, watch our video on the top 30 niches that I have my eye on right now. It'll be linked somewhere here, or subscribe if it's not out yet. But the golden question is, where do you find all these killer video ideas, Jake? How have I found over 500 plus profitable video ideas? Well, it's actually really simple. Number 1, you can look on Twitter and X. Number 2, you can look on Instagram. I get a ton of video ideas from Instagram. Number 3, you can look on TikTok, or you can also do a simple Google search. For these 3 options, it's really easy. You just follow pages on Twitter or Instagram or TikTok that post about stuff related to your channel niche. But to give you an example of how simple this is, let's try just Google searching. So here's what I would do. I would pick a video idea on another successful channel in your niche that has done really well. So for example, I'll just use my channel for this example. I'll use this video on Blackwater, the world's most notorious private military company. So we have this as a starting point, but if we just copy this video idea, it's already been made, so your video is not gonna do well. So we have to find a different video idea that's kind of like this. So check this out. Let's try to search for companies like Blackwater. All right, sweet. So these are all options that we can look into to see if they have an interesting story that we can cover all these different private military companies. Wagner Group is definitely one of them, but let's take a look at this simple Wikipedia page. List of private military contractors, a giant list of potential video ideas. So for example, right here, we have one called Executive Outcomes. Now, Executive Outcomes, if you don't know about them, they're another really famous one. They kind of pioneered this idea of the modern day private military company, kind of like Blackwater, kind of like Wagner Group. And I've heard them before, so let's choose this video idea. Executive Outcomes. Executive Outcomes is a private military company founded in South Africa by Eben Barlow. So let's go with this one. Now, whatever video idea you pick, make sure you follow this important point. So you want to search this topic up on YouTube. So I'll just search it in incognito mode, search Executive Outcomes. And basically we're looking to see if there's just too many faceless type videos on this already. So this is like an actual documentary. I know this one. This is like a pretty old video and it doesn't look very high quality either. This is a recent faceless video. It looks pretty high quality, but we're going to ignore this for a specific reason that I'll tell you later. Here's another pretty old video, pretty short too. 5 years ago, it's pretty old. So what I'm getting at is that immediately we're seeing that there's not much competition for this video in terms of like, faceless videos that, the type of faceless videos that we'll be making. Now we move on to making the script with AI. So once you find a video idea you like, now it's time to find a script to model. So here's the thing. Me and my team have studied hundreds upon hundreds of successful faceless videos out there. And what we found is that most of them follow the same exact few script templates. They all say the story in like the same order, in the same way. And this is why it's foolish to try to start writing a script from scratch as a beginner. Because all these scripts have already been figured out for you. We already know what works well for a faceless video. So why not just model a proven script that's already gotten a ton of views and made a ton of money? It will make your life easier and it will increase your odds of success. So here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna pick a successful faceless video that has the same tone that you're going for. So for the successful faceless video that we're gonna take the script from, it's gonna be my video because we already know we're gonna kind of base it off of this video, but you would do this for whatever video that you're modeling that you picked earlier. So you're gonna click on this video.
Blackwater's been in the news.
You're gonna scroll down, click on show more in the description. You're gonna scroll all the way down, click show transcripts. And now you have the entire transcript of the video for free. So you're gonna highlight all of this. You're gonna copy it. Now you're gonna head over to ChatGPT. Make sure you're on 4.0 or whatever the latest version of the paid ChatGPT is. Yes, you do need the paid version. You can do it with the free one, but it's not gonna be as good. And for what we're doing, the kind of money we can make with this, it's definitely worth the money. So here's what you're gonna do. You're just gonna plug this script that we just copied into ChatGPT with my specific prompt. Now the prompt is right here. You're gonna get it for free. All you gotta do is DM me the word prompt on my Instagram at JakeTran. It'll be linked below. So just click on my Instagram link below, DM me the word prompt, and you're gonna get this for free. So you're gonna highlight all of this. This is the entire prompt. I do recommend you read it just so you know what's happening. But we're just gonna paste this in here. And then we're gonna go back to that transcript of the video, this thing. We're gonna copy that, paste it down here. So now we have the prompts and the transcript of the video that we wanna model the script of right here. Now we're gonna click send. All right, great. I understand the tone and structure and style you're aiming for the script. You want a documentary script that has these things and so on. Now, all you gotta do is tell ChatGPT the video idea that you have, maybe link to any sources or specific material that you want ChatGPT to cover. So you're just gonna tell the AI right here what your video is about, and it will spit out a really good script that has been proven, that has been based on, a proven script that has made money and gotten views already. So let's give it a shot. So we're gonna take the Wikipedia article of this topic, executive outcomes. We're gonna paste it in here. This video is about the PMC. Now we can just leave it like this and just click send, but I'm gonna give you some tips to make this even better for you so you get better results. So tips for success when it comes to using AI to write your script. You wanna get to know the topic at least a little bit better. So, read through the Wikipedia article, maybe watch some YouTube videos on it. That way you get an idea of what the video could include. Like we can include this bow and this story and this side story. The next tip I have for you is that your video should kind of be like a movie. Movies, they start with a strong hook, then you set the foundation, then you rise to a climax. It gets really emotional and the tension goes up. Then you have the climax, then you have the ending of the video. Your YouTube video is kind of the same thing, and don't worry, it's gonna be a lot simpler than it sounds. So if you have an idea of how the script should progress, like I wanna talk about this at the start, I wanna talk about this in the middle, I wanna talk about this at the end, you wanna tell the AI that to give it a hand. So I've looked into the story of executive outcomes before, so I kind of know a little bit of how I want the script to go. I know for sure that I want the hook to talk about, I definitely want the video to talk about the battle they had in Sierra Leone first. So let's just write that down. So for the hook, talk about the Leone. All right, here we have it. So for the hook, talk about their battle and victory in Sierra Leone. The rest of the video should progress from the start of executive outcomes, their winnings, their eventual collapse. A good way to end it would be to mention how even Barlow is now back at it in the game underneath a differently branded PMC. So again, you don't have to add this stuff, but it is nice. So let's click send and see what it gives us. All right, there you have it. Let's read a few lines just to get a gist of what the script is like. So in 1995, Sierra Leone was on the brink. The Revolutionary United Front, RUF, infamous for their brutal tactics, had advanced within 20 miles of the capital of Freetown. The National Army was collapsing, the government was desperate. Enter Executive Outcomes, a South African private military company. Within weeks, Executive Outcomes pushed the RUF back 60 miles, reclaimed diamond-rich territories, and restored a semblance of order. Their swift and decisive action turned the tide of the Civil War, showcasing the formidable power of the military force. So as you see, it's like a pretty good script already. So let's copy all of this. Let's paste it like right here. And I'm just gonna, I wanna see what the word count is. So let's highlight all this. All right, this is only 700 words. We definitely need more than that. So this might be just a limit they put in ChatGPT where it doesn't want you to write like a super long thing all at once, probably to save on power. But this, we'll just tell it to adjust. This is how easy it is. And then one small little criticism I have is that, you know, there's a lot, we're talking about like a really dramatic story here, but we kind of like glance over some, you know, fine details of the battle. So I think there can be a lot more that can be added here. So we can just tell the AI that. All right, let's see what it comes up with. All right, there we have it. Now it's around 1,300 words. So yeah, if it gives you a really short script, like 700 words, that's okay. Just tell it to absolutely make it between 1,600 and 2,800 words. So let's read a few sentences, see how this did for, you know, a few minutes of work. The year is 1995. Sierra Leone is in chaos. Whole villages are being wiped off the map. Civilians hacked down in the streets with machetes. And the country's once beautiful capital, Freetown, is about to fall. A rebel army infamous for drug-fueled child soldiers and mutilation campaigns is closing in. The National Army has crumbled. The president is preparing to flee. Foreign embassies are already evacuating. It looks like Sierra Leone, a nation once rich in diamonds, is about to disappear into the void. That is pretty good. So now we have a really killer script that only took us like a minute or two to make. The last tip I have for you is that if you have any specific articles or pictures or photos that you want to show that are like really specific to this that you found that you really want to show, you can just, you know, copy this into a Google Doc and paste in the image right there. And now that we have the script, let's move on to video editing. So to make the video, you need the voiceover. And for this part, I'll show you how to use AI. I'll show you how to do it yourself or hire someone as well. And then once you have the voiceover, then we can add pictures, videos, and text on top of it. And if you were aware, that's all video editing is. It's not something super intimidating. And I'll show you how to do it yourself or hire someone. And I'll show you where to hire people, like how much to pay them, all that good stuff coming up. But let's start with the voiceover. So you have three options. So you can use AI. I recommend 11 Labs. We'll link it below. You can do it yourself. You can hire someone on a website called voices.com. This is what I use to find our voiceover artists. So AI is obviously going to be the fastest and like the least amount of effort. All you got to keep in mind when you use 11 Labs is that if we go to voices, you just want to avoid using the really generic AI voices that everyone has heard before.
And here we have a calm, well-spoken narrator, full of intrigue and wonder.
For example, I haven't heard this used that much, so this could be a better option, but your best option is probably creating a custom voice. So all you gotta do is click on add a new voice and click on voice design. And here you can literally explain the voice that you want. It will generate you a unique AI voice that no one has heard before. So your videos can sound really unique. So AI voices are getting almost unnoticeable. Like even sometimes I can't tell if a video is AI or not. And sometimes it will make a sentence that sounds a little off, like the tonality sounds a little weird. You can just regenerate that individual sentence so that you come up with something better that sounds more natural. So don't be afraid to start with this to move faster. Many of my students start with AI voices and it's completely fine. The next option is you can record the voice over yourself. All it takes is a $50 microphone that you can reuse over and over again. So it's kind of free for life after that. So here's the one I recommend. It's called the Blue Yeti. On Amazon, brand new, is $100, but you can find this used on Facebook Marketplace, on offer up for like $50. That's how I got mine for $50. And the third option is you can hire someone on a site called voices.com. Expect to pay around $5 to $10 per minute. So this is definitely a more pricey option. But if you have money saved up and you really want a real voiceover that you don't want to do yourself, this is definitely what you want to use, because this is where I found all of my voiceover artists as well. Now, once you have that audio file of someone saying the script, the voiceover file, now we can finally move on to video editing. So at the time of recording this video, AI video editing apps are just not there yet. They're not good enough yet. That will probably change in the near future, and I'll update you once that happens. So make sure you subscribe. So if AI video editing is not an option, here are your two options. Number one, you can hire an affordable yet really good video editor. This frees up your time immediately so you can move fast. And one thing I always say is that money loves speed. So if you want to make money or have success in general, whatever that means to you, you have to move really fast while maintaining quality. And by hiring an affordable yet really good video editor, it also allows you to work on your channel instead of inside your channel. And surprisingly, it's not that expensive. There are so many talented video editors all around the world that are just desperate to work with you. And my students have found incredible editors for around $150 to $200 a video. So for example, here's one editor that one of my students found.
3 + 2 = 1. Isn't this arithmetic a bit strange? Number 3.
I mean, that's just an incredible edit. And again, this is a very affordable price that one of my students found. An editor will find all the footage for you. They'll find all the photos, all the music, etc. So if you work a professional job right now, you have savings, you're making like a decent salary, and you don't want to dedicate too much time to this, then this is definitely the route for you. Can you pay like $20 or $50 for an entire video? Probably not right now. I would expect around this range. And to do this, you want to hire on a website called Upwork. I still find most of my video editors from Upwork. Really good talent on here. All you gotta do is go to upwork.com, and then all you gotta do is search in the tab for the search bar for video editor. And then you're gonna get a ton of really talented video editors. You can check out their work. But what I recommend you do is post a job. So you're gonna go hire talent, post a job, explain what you want. You're making this Faceless channel about this topic. Set the price range you're looking for to around $5 to $9 per hour. Post a job post. You're gonna get around 8 to 12 candidates on average. You wanna pick the ones that have the best edits in their portfolio. And then here's the secret. You wanna pay them to edit the first 30 seconds of your video. And if they're really good and you like their editing style, that's when you wanna hire them to edit the rest of the video. So this is a secret right here. Make sure you follow this step. But what if you don't have the money to hire someone right now? Well, that is completely okay. You can always edit yourself, and you can do this for free using a free video editing software called CapCut. It's very beginner friendly and it has all the features you need. So I recommend you watch this tutorial on it. It's from a different channel, but it's really good.
So this is what like CapCut.
I'll link it below. And what you want to keep in mind here is that editing is not that hard. It's not rocket science. We're not building or engineering something new. We're just placing cool images and cool videos on the screen and maybe adding some background music. That's really it. When I first started, I had no money. I had no rich parents. So I had to do all the editing myself, and it's really fulfilling too. Because think about it, you get to like take the voiceover file and turn it into a real entertaining Faceless video that people want to watch. And there's a lot of fulfillment in that. So editing yourself is a good option if you're not making much money right now and you don't have that much in savings like I did it. And the great thing is you can always outsource this later once you start making more money. And you want to follow, when you edit yourself, you want to follow the 10-second rule, which means the video clips you show on screen, they can't be any longer than 10 minutes. And when you're editing yourself, you want to follow the 10-second rule. You want to make sure the clips that you show on screen that aren't yours, you want to make sure they're less than 10 seconds each. So you show one 10-second clip of like an executive outcomes interview or something. Then you show another 10-second clip of like an image of executive outcomes. Then you show another 10-second clip of, I don't know, B-roll or video footage of executive outcomes. So now we have two other things that we need to make a video that can earn something like this. We have a really primitive script and we know how to make the video itself. Now we move on to one of the most important but underrated parts, the title and thumbnail. And as the title suggests, you want to steal a proven title and thumbnail. Because here is the important truth. Your title and thumbnail is as important as the video itself. Let me repeat that. Your title and thumbnail, the image and just like a line of text, is as important as the video itself. And yet for most people, it's an afterthought. And the reason why the title and thumbnail is so important is because before anyone watches your video, they first have to click on it. On the homepage, you get presented with a bunch of videos and you have to choose. You have to click on the video that you want. Your video can be the best video on the board, but if it has a bad title and thumbnail that people don't click on, you're not gonna get views and make money. So that's why ideally you want to work on the title and thumbnail before you get started on your video or as your video is getting made. That's how important it is. And just like how it's foolish for you to try to write a script script from scratch as a beginner, it's also foolish to try to make a title and thumbnail from scratch as a beginner, which means you should steal successful titles and thumbnails. You should not try to make them on your own. And I use the word steal just to really grab your attention, but the reality is every successful channel owner on YouTube does this. They steal other people's successful title and thumbnails. That's just kind of how it works on YouTube. No one cares. But the important key here that most people miss is that you have to steal successful thumbnails from other niches. You cannot steal titles and thumbnails from direct competitors, other channels that are exactly about what your channel is about. You can do it, but it's going to be really hard to stand out. You're going to look like just another cheap copycat, so people aren't going to click on your video. So you want to find a successful title and thumbnail from a different niche to copy. And then you want to send that thumbnail to an affordable designer that you find on a website called Behance.net. You're going to pay them $10 to $20 to make this thumbnail, which is extremely affordable, by the way, compared to how much work it takes to make a thumbnail on your own. I do not recommend you try to make it on your own. Photoshop takes way too long to learn, and for this low of a price, $10 to $20, this is definitely something that's worth outsourcing, even if you don't have tens of thousands of dollars saved up. So here's what it actually looks like to copy a thumbnail and title from someone that's not a direct competitor. So recently I saw this video get recommended to me, and I just love the title and thumbnail. Here it is. Yes, he was actually that good. 1.7 million views only 4 months ago. And the thumbnail is just a picture of this guy with the word legend behind it. So a very simple title and thumbnail. Yes, he was actually that good. Nothing super complex about that at all, but it just works really well. Clearly 1.7 million views. And one of my students, he runs a racing channel. Like, he talks about the history of racing, like Formula 1 and stuff. And he was gonna make a video on this famous race car driver called Senna. Really famous race car driver, and it made me think about this title and thumbnail, because he could easily take this title and thumbnail and just change out this guy for the race car driver, and it will work. Like, you put the race car driver Senna right here, and yes, he was actually that good. That would be a super killer video that I recommended to him. So let's say you want to steal this title and thumbnail for your video. What would you do next? Well, you would go on a website called Behance.net. This is a website where people post their portfolio, and all you gotta do is search for YouTube thumbnail, just like that. And now you have a ton of really solid YouTube thumbnail designers that you can hire for like a very low price. So let's just check out, what I like to do here is I want to look for, thumbnails that look really good and that have a lot of Photoshop kind of like manipulation on it, like this one. Like, you have to do a lot of Photoshop work to get this to look the way that it does. So this is a good example of one that you would want to reach out to. And now all you gotta do is look at his work. They look really good. Like, these are really good titles and thumbnails. And then you can hover over his profile picture right here. He's in Moldova, so it's gonna be pretty affordable. All you gotta do is hover over this, click hire, freelance projects, and then here you just link to the video that you want to copy the thumbnail of. Where to go? Copy link address. And it's as simple as that. You can say, hi, I run this channel. You can like link to your channel or say the name of your channel and explain it. I like to get this thumbnail made. Then you link to the video with the thumbnail you want, but I want to have this guy in the thumbnail, this Senna race car driver guy. I'll pay you $15 for this thumbnail via PayPal or whatever payment method you want. Let me know when you can get it done, looking for it. And it's as simple as that. Send it out to a few people and you're gonna have a really killer thumbnail designer by your side, making you thumbnails that it would take you literally months to get this good at Photoshop to make. And that's it. You just unlocked the final step of the puzzle that's really underrated, and yet it's super crucial to your success. So what does it look like when we put all of this that I just went over into practice? Well, you would get this video. The most infamous private military company. Would you look at that? Executive outcomes. It's an actual video that I made on my channel.
It's 1995 in the West African country of Sierra Leone.
And there you have it, a real Faceless video that people actually enjoy watching. As you can see, here it is, 2 months ago, 235,000 views. And since I know this video is, based on a proven video that works, because it's based on one of my older videos, you can do this by basing it off of another video on another channel right here, 3 million views 4 years ago. So I know that this video has a pretty good chance of growing to something like, 1 million views, 3 million views, maybe even 4 million views over time. How much money will this video make me in the long run? Well, we can get a pretty good estimate by just comparing it to how much money this video made. Let's check it out.
Blackwater's been in the news.
Analytics, and this video that got 3 million views, maybe $17,800. That's pretty incredible. And as you can see, just like the other one, this video is still making me money and getting me views. Right now, as we speak, in the last 48 hours, we've gotten over 370 views, really steady view count. So I hope by now that you can see that none of the stuff that I show you on this channel or to my students is theoretical. All this stuff is actually working for me right now in the field on real Faceless channels that people are actually watching. I keep them public for a reason so that you can verify it for yourself. And it's not just me that is finding success. I have countless of students that have gotten all my templates from the channel idea framework to the video idea framework to hiring and automation templates, and they've been able to create some absolutely incredible channels on their first try that are going viral and making them an additional income stream right now. So this is one student of mine, and after just his second upload, his video started blowing up. This one has 32,000 views, 36,000 views, 47,000 views. This is another student of mine that just got monetized. He's now making his first few dollars on YouTube. This is an unreal feeling, Jake. And here's yet another student, Will M, that is already making $5,000 per month after just a few uploads on his Faceless channel. If you're serious about setting up an additional income stream for yourself and you want to get my exact system and all my templates handed to you, then click that first link below at the top of the description to see if you qualify to work with me. If you do qualify, you'll get to book a call with me or someone on my team, and we'll see if you're the right fit. If you are the right fit, you get direct access to me, a complete copy of my entire Faceless channel system with all the templates, and me and my team can review your work live. So if that interests you at all, scroll down, click that first link below. But seriously, whatever you do, just do your future self a favor and take action right now with or without me. So this student right up here that I went over earlier, where he's, blowing up after just 2 uploads. This student right here is 48 years old. He came here as a poor Asian immigrant just like me. He had 0 prior experience to YouTube, and yet now his life is forever changed. I talked to him recently. He's super happy, like ecstatic. You can see the excitement in his eyes, in his face. He works a normal, respectable profession that's not like, creative or whatever, but he wanted more out of life and he wanted to do something that he was truly passionate about. He's really passionate about food and fine dining. So if this guy can do it, a 48-year-old immigrant that came here with nothing, you can definitely do it too. And when I talked to him recently, one of his regrets was obviously, not starting sooner. But what he also said was really simple. If you don't start, you don't know. And I thought that was a great way to end this video. No matter how old you are, your life is not over yet. You have the opportunity to create a new chapter and live the life of your dreams today. But if you don't start, you will never know how much better it could get. So take action. If you're serious, you can apply with that first link below, and I'll see you in the next one.